Wow. you know, I have just woken up right. Okay, let me say like 3 hours ago. I had planned today. I'm waking up in the morning. I'm going to the barber shop so that I can shave. Tomorrow I will have shaved this mini. But on my way to the barber shop, something profound happened. Should I say profound or it is one of those synchronicities of life, like that happened to me all of the time. Like I had not planned it. It is not my usual way of doing things, or even it is not my usual way of how I go about my day. Like, okay, me, I usually have a habit of I wake up, I do this. After that, I'm done. Like, I proceed to the next thing until I feel okay. I can do other things. Let me stay opposite to the nini. But I have an exception. Whenever I feel like okay, but I need to do something extraordinary. And it's because I'm in sync with my spiritual self, with my higher self. I always listen to that voice. And I'm lucky that even if I don't pray as oftenly, like, you are supposed to pray thrice a day, okay, or in as many times as possible, but I have this satisfaction that I'm always talking with God each and every minute. Like I'm just his best friend. Why? Because I have learned myself to master myself and to learn to listen to that voice that speaks to me all of the time, such that it's like I'm talking to God and he reveals answers to me. He brings me answers to me. It was just the other day that I was just conversing with George. I think he'll be the topic of today, but I won't mention him as such. We were having a debate. Actually, it was last year. I'm sitting in this. By the way, we just met in the library, and I was like, by the way, let's talk about something. And he let it out, by the way. He let it out. He said, I'm doing this. Yeah, but then he explained that he's struggling with school. Okay, by that time, the school was a bit. This when the school has just opened. And he was like, by the way, me, I'm struggling. Me, I don't know what to do. I'm confused whether to do data science or I'm supposed to do this course that I'm doing. It's called what's called this course called? It's called data. What do you call it? Actuarial science. Yes. Is it ANS? It morphed to another name, but it's the same thing. Actuarial science. I was like, okay. He was like, he tells me that he's having a bit of a struggle trying to juggle between the two. And it's for a moment I was like, by the way, so let me tell him about his talent. Like his talent. What are his capabilities? Hiya, did I say yesterday that? Oh, it was not yesterday. Yeah, it was just yesterday, but it is part of the video that will start in this. Since I'll compress this video. Although I don't know what to do, but okay, you know what? I'll upload them differently. I have a lot of internet, okay, and it's on oh my goodness, it's on a Friday. I think. Wait, it's on a Thursday. But let me kwanza turn on the airplane mode. It's on a Thursday. Actually, okay. You know what? I thought it was on a Friday. Honestly, I don't know. My head is just. Wait, I thought it was a Friday. Uh, 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 uh. Okay, you know what? Uh, Assume it. I thought it was Friday, by the way. Yesterday was on a Thursday. I think it's because I slept very late in the at night yesterday. It was yesterday. Today. No, actually the same. It's today. I slept at 3 and I should talk about something. Yeah, something that I did in between those hours. Yeah, the active hours of my life. Because I really want to be very objective on whatever I'm doing. Like, I want to be objective, like wewe sasa ndio mtu, but I'll come back to that. So I had planned, let me go to the barber shop. It's actually, I've come from there, I've entered that barber shop and I was like, I can't be that patient. I wait for this to be shaved. No, we don't do that. I'm not that patient, by the way, knowing very well that I can be doing something else that is beneficial, or it's worth my time than waiting or even doing whatever I'm doing. I don't have that patience. I honestly don't have that patience. So I said, as on my way now going to the barber shop, I met this guy. We had met in what do you call it? We met in this GDSE Moi Google Developers Club, but it morphed to another name, Google Developer Group, or even or something like that. So it's like, by the way, it's been long that since we met. I was like, we met with each other, and I think it completes the equation of where I'm moving into. I said that I said, was it yesterday? I don't know if I'll compress this video. Honestly. I want to upload it as it is because I have bought some 30 GB data and 30 shillings worth of data, and it's unlimited, and I want to use most of it. If you have it, because I have it, I'll upload it as it is. Okay, the other part I think I'll upload it differently. I will not join, but it's part of this video, okay? And I didn't salute in that video. I said that it will be completed by this, but yeah, I did it in the other place near the dam, or near the swamp. What was my point? We met with this cool guy, this young man that we met in GDSC by then. Now, I remember him talking about something that has to do with TensorFlow. It's called Frank. TensorFlow. I was interested in that thing. I was like, by the way, see, that's really sounds as a good idea. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea, but what can you do with it? Okay, when you are interacting with people, you tend to create interest and even start to develop interest in some areas. And the point is, you get to learn so much that you get exposed to some things. By that time, I was doing web development with Django. I wasn't really happy with it because I was just there trying to make the best version of myself. But today we didn't have a lengthy talk. We are just networking. I was just networking with people by that time, although I didn't know the importance of it until now. Recently, today, let me be very precise, is when better at I even develop interest in this guy, because he has now answered the questions that I've been asking myself. Now, let me go back to just some few months ago, or should I say some few weeks ago, that we had an interaction with George. the place that I'm moving into, if things align. But things are going to align at the right time. I don't want to force anything. I don't want everything to fall into their place. Fall into place like that. When things go according to your will. I said to myself, what if I try, what if now he had a bit of struggle juggling between the two. That is school, and you know the school, it has almost 10 or even 9 units to cover. At that time, he was doing data science when now the school had not yet reopened, let me say reopened, or the school was on strike. That's when he was now taking classes in data science. Was a bit okay. It's good, but you'll come to learn from that. Now, this guy tells me that I'm struggling with this. I don't know what's your advice in this. I was like, I really can't dictate or even tell you what to do, but you can figure out if you get, if you focus on the priorities, which is what is priority to you. I think it's cool. Then leave data science behind. I really wasn't rigid in whatever my answer, to focus on this thing, it will help you. I was like, apana, let me just focus on what is necessary right now, because that is what is essential. Now, it being essential, he was a bit, and he's a life path 1. Okay, not life path 1, life path 5. He's a bit confused on what to do and what not to. I was like, okay, I understand your perspective. I understand you based on your numbers, but honestly, you can do better. You can do better. But I understand him very. I'm also a life path 5. I don't know where to settle. I have a characteristic, so I understand him, and he's actually very dominant. It's not like mine. It's a bit recessive. Okay, because it is just my ear. It's what says that I'm 4. I'm 5. I am 1, 4, 5 actually. 1 dominant, 4 recessive, 1 again recessive, and 5 recessive. Okay, 1 dominant, that is my whole date of birth. There is now date of the month, that is okay. The date of month, that is 4. And now there is date 1 January, and now there is 2025. Oh no, not 2025. 203. 2 plus 3, 5. Plus I have characteristics of 2. It's a 2 somewhere. So I love peace. Plus 3. That's why I find myself creative. I wonder why. It's because I have a 3 in my numbers. So yeah. He's worried about what do I do so that I can feel satisfied. At that time I was like, what's your passion? What's your ability? So that you can complement that with whatever you are doing. I think that will dictate what you will do at this moment. He was like, I honestly can't find another, and I can't find an answer, or neither do I know my abilities. Like, I don't know my strengths, my special abilities, that is the talent or even the gift. You see, he doesn't. Actually, most people struggle with that. They don't know their talent, they don't know their abilities. They are a bit struggling with the 2. Should I say 3? Yeah, they are struggling with that. And for a moment, I was like, okay, I asked him a question. What is your ability? What is your talent? He said, okay, I really don't have an idea, because I honestly, I didn't have an idea like 4 months ago. If you could have asked me what is my talent, so I don't know my talent. But He loves maths. Okay, he loves maths, and that's where the whole story comes now. Is connecting with each other. So he tells me that, and we lack an answer. We try looking at his special abilities. I ask him, okay, you love mathematics. Which areas do you thrive at? Like you are naturally good at them. He says, honestly, I'm good at maths generally. I don't have a specific. We go back to class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which area are you? Why are you good at? Like high school, what were you just good at without being taught anything? The guy doesn't have an answer. I was like, okay, it's sawa, haina shida. Right now we might have lack an answer, but it will be revealed just some few days from now. Which is, I think it is today. It's when things have been answered. I don't know if, okay, you judge me according to, you judge the case according to how it will. I'll explain it and come with a conclusion if we really need to. Now, I'll connect all the dots that have been happening so that I'm looking these things from. If you look back, that's when you can connect the dots. Those are the words from Steve Jobs. He tells me, okay, I tell him, you know what, Sawa, I think you go consult your God and the answers will be revealed to you. And considering that he's a good friend and we totally relate with each other, we are, I don't know, we connect because he's a life path 5 and I'm a 1. And I have a characteristic of a life 5. So there's that, we connect with each other. Naturally, like, we can naturally link with each other. So, considering that he's a mutual friend, or a good friend of mine, I can comfortably say that he's a friend. I was like, hata mimi nimepewa kibarua, I do something on behalf or to support or to seek, or what do I do? Like offering support in whatever he's doing. So after telling him that, we go into the talks of life, talks about, I think I talked about this at that time, that life isn't really about money, wealth, cars, many things. Just food, shelter, and a proper sleep, and a good drink. Like that is what is important. Even if you are super rich, that's what you'll focus on. Even if you are super rich, you have a 400 billion like Elon Musk, there are things that you just overlook. You want sleep, food, drink, and somewhere you can lie your head on. Like, it's that simple. Like, you don't need many things. Even if you are the best billionaire, other things are just important. But what is necessary for you living? Like, you're supposed to live, okay? What is essential? What is important in that whole shenanigan? About life. It's really not shenanigan, but in that context of talk about life, it is really about that. And we talked about that. I learned from him. I learned from him many things. Now, I was like, you know what? Let me dedicate a prayer to this man, to this young man who is looking for himself. God, why don't you show him his abilities so that he can not sway around. He can now focus on one thing and double down the effort. All that. Okay, the conversation continues. Okay, that was just my prayer item. The next day, I dedicated that to him. So, in that process, I was a bit okay. You know what? If it will be revealed to them, it will be revealed to them. Now, months later, or even weeks later, when I'm planning now to go to the barber shop, take a clean shave, take a very clean shave and do whatever is supposed to be. We say kumwaga hii nywele chini. It's when I've met Frank and we have had a very lengthy talk. I think it went for about 30 or 45 minutes or so. And from our conversation, there are conversations that have value and you want to stay there, listen. Like, I want to just to listen because the conversation is just exposing you. Okay, perspective, it may change. Many things have changed. And I say to myself, okay, I might not be... I might have planned something, but the world has brought us together. So I told him, okay, my guy, how about, he asked me a very good question. How are you doing with your development work? Like, I was once a developer. I was like, okay, maybe I changed. I rerouted. I didn't found happiness in at Django web development. It reached a point, by the way, honestly, frankly, I can candidly say that it reached a point that I no longer have interest in this thing because I don't see myself creating. And as a human being, you are a co-creator to God. You are a creator. Like, you are supposed to be every day be creating something new. Maybe you're improving something. You just have to be doing something. And with my 2 years experience of doing development work with Django and HTML, CSS and web development, like even the database, all that, I was like, you know what? I don't feel this thing anymore. Why don't I venture into other things? So this when I decided, okay, when was it? When I was in first year, it was in, I think it was in April thereabout. I said to myself, you know what? Yeah. It has done its work. I exposed myself to technology. Thank goodness that I can now comfortably write a code for a fully functional website. Now I know how they work around of that environment. Okay, fine. Give up. Find something else to do. This is when the time that, okay, see, I can try dropshipping. Although I wasn't successful at that, and I invested my money. But by the way, I have a 500 shillings. Facebook has my 500 shillings. They should return me that to me. I think I focus on other things. So, but then there's a 500 shillings. Is it a 500 or even a 700 shillings? So I said to myself, there's no need of chasing this thing, and it's leading me nowhere. Plus, I'm not getting that gratification that I've done something. Neither am I interested in it as such. I'm not doing extraordinary projects. Like, I'm not doing anything with these skills of Django web development. I'm not doing it, and I'm not interested anyway. At this point, I think it's when I was still stuck in the chains of porn. But yeah, I think I was right. Again, I was right. I was very right in whatever I was thinking, because I've never been wrong with my intuition. Like, I have never, even if I am a sinner at this point, there's a voice that is telling you, okay, yeah, I know, but it's really not important. So I say to myself, okay, what's the next big thing that I can do? Marketing. This when I had learned marketing 1 year prior. Yeah. I had learned of the digital marketing. Okay, digital marketing, yeah, I tried. I didn't feel any, yeah, I didn't feel that satisfaction. Yeah, I'm doing it, but it has many things. And I'm tired, I don't have internet. And marketing calls for you to have at least some money for starting, marketing with Google, Facebook, all that, like ads, advertising, yeah, it calls for money. Or if you don't have that ability that you can sell in any platform, you enter TikTok, you can sell anything. I was like, you know what, why don't I invest my time in learning communication and learn how to sell on the internet. I said to myself, you know what, let me first of all deal with myself. Yeah, do the background work, do the digging, yeah, remove all these weeds. And by weed I mean the bad habits I was into. Yeah, the bad, I can call them evil spirits. Let me chase these evil spirits from my life, and then I recover. I come back to my normal self, the original self, version of myself. See, that tells me that okay, fine. Five, one, do the background work. Two, come back to the original self. Three, now start building yourself. Add a skill set now, a new skill set in yourself. And four, now build systems. And five, relax now. That's how life is supposed to be. Find yourself first. If you have been dealing with an issue, depression, all that, deal with that first. Like, you can't proceed to the other areas without it's the basic 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 thing that you just can't ignore. Let no one lie to you that you can be a good entrepreneur if you haven't worked on yourself. Like, properly you have laid the gravel. Yeah, you have to quad the big rocks. You have umezivunja zote. You have broken them into pieces. They are now the foundation of Nini. That's how you deal with your problems. Deal with your emotional problems. Deal with your anger issues. Deal with your porn addictions. Deal with your inability to live with people. Deal with that first. Deal with that, and it is actually that is one of the difficult things that you can ever go through as a person that is trying to find themselves. Once you work on that, you are assured that the rest will just be built with authenticity and knowing with an objectivity, like your objective on whatever you are doing. So I say to myself, God is great. Okay, where was I leading with this point? So I was talking about George. So yeah, I tell him that, and by the way, where was I leading with this? Oh, I was talking about the GDSC. That's why we met and we had such a lengthy. Okay, I was now talking about that. I don't know how I deviated to that talk. You see, you have got to learn yourself, and I reached a point now. I no longer enjoy web development with Django. So he was asking me that. Okay, I've given the whole story behind it. It wasn't necessary. But I'm buying time. I am buying time. So I say to myself, plus it will be a continuation of the previous video. Okay. So that is what happens. He asks me the development. I realize, isn't really talk about it since I've now ventured into cybersecurity, which I know I don't know. I will not pursue. I'm doing cybersecurity for my own sake. Like I just want to do it so that I can be more aware of. Hey, by the way, we are advancing to IT and tech levels where okay, my security really is important. I need to just learn cybersecurity. I'm not doing things for professional use. That is why I haven't been interested, or I haven't pursued that course for a very long time. Like, I'm just there. I learn it because I enjoy it doing it. I wanted to one day become a ethical hacker. I wanted to become a hacker one day, but things went how they went, and I became a developer. So I was like, my guy, I'm doing right now cybersecurity, where we explored so many things. We talk about data. Oh, right now he's doing this. He's continuing with data science, data analytics. We talk about data. It's very important to have a conversation with beneficial people. Like always be having conversation with people who have at least something to tell. Like, and in the middle of it, he mentions at Excel. You can be good at this Excel. Yeah. I think at this point I had not mentioned that I was doing cybersecurity. I just said that me I lost interest in web development. I said let me just let it stay. Kumbe, me refraining from saying that I'm doing cybersecurity is where the catch, or should I say, that's why we met with this guy at this point, at this hour, at the right time, so that he can reveal to me. So he tells me of Excel. Maybe you can try Excel. Just get into data because you talk about something that you know. Yeah. And him being a guy who is interested in data sijui nini, machine learning. Oh, I say. No, not I say, but I say, okay, he tells me that I can try Excel, and I became interested. I can try Excel and try the advanced Excel. Wachana hii Excel tunafunzangwa hapa kwa computer packages. Just learn Excel such that you can manipulate big data. Like, have that skill. It is very employable, plus people are looking for it. And for a minute I was like, by the way, this guy is just telling me what I need to hear. I've been trying right now to get into marketing. Yeah, selling things. And I realized, okay, I really am not enjoying this thing. As much as I'm doing it, I'm not really enjoying it. Higher, you can try Excel. I became interested. Excel, advanced. I had at one point thought about that thing, only that it eluded my mind. But Excel is actually the best thing you can equip, the best skill that you can equip yourself. And once you equip yourself with the Excel skills, you are good at them, it is employable. People are looking for people who can do Excel, like advanced Excel. And I was like, but that's something that I was looking for a very long time. Forex will take a lot of time, okay? But if you learn advanced Excel in just 2 months, you want to tell me that hii skill siwezi uza mahali? Like I can't solve someone else's problem. That's when it occurred to me, okay. Now, as we are conversing, I remember, oh my goodness. Yeah. Right now I'm trying to move out of this house. Called room 6. Room 6 what? Achievers, yeah. And I go to that place. It's called QR Karen. Is it QR? Whatever the name. whatever the name. And I was like, by the way, there's a lot that is going on that if you are just in sync with your God, if you are just in sync of your creator, with your creator, in your spiritual realm, you will be getting answers that you are seeking. So as we were conversing, I was like, by the way, I remember that George had asked me this question: what can I do so that I can feel whole? Like he wanted to, he was having this gap, and he was trying data science. I'm trying not to announce, but I don't know why the tone has changed. But see, I'm trying to move out, and everything happens for a reason, because it was planned to be that way, and things will align according to how they are supposed to align. This man, I remember that he was looking for this answer, and was like, big data usually involves data science. Yes. This guy was looking for an answer, yes. And I'm trying to find, and the point is, right now I am trying to, okay, I'm planning to move out. That means going to his place, or where we should be living with each other. It's one funny thing. It's one funny thing. It is occurring. Okay, something happened today, and I was like, something is off about this guy. There's something off about this guy. Like, you can wake up, chonga viazi, and eat. Do you really love yourself? That's why, this guy eats a lot. The roommate that I'm living with, this guy eats a lot. He's always thinking about food. For whatever reasons. Anyway, let me not focus on my mind on that, but this guy eats like, guy, as if hakuna kesho, as if there is no tomorrow. Let me come to the main point. So that means moving with each other. See, it means that we are living in purpose. Like, I'm not just going there to live with him. I know this is a person that you can help with it. We can help each other in some scenarios. Like, there's something that ties us together. That's why it's like I'm his destiny connector. He's my destiny connector. I don't know. Maybe, okay, he's my destiny connector. Okay, let me just put it that way. And I help where I can. Okay, but there's a value that is moving to and fro. There's a value exchange. I can't just be living with someone right now. I just can't live with someone if we are not giving each other value. That's standard. Even right now, I want to make a friend. Yeah, I'll talk with you. um, Pretend that I'm your friend. I can relate with you, but I know very well that you're not my friend, because there is no value exchange between the two of us. I want someone we can build something. Okay, they can give me something, I give them back, and it has to be two-way traffic. And before I move to this place, some things have to happen. Okay? What will unite us? What will unite us? Yesterday, I went to his place. We calculated the rent, what I'm supposed to pay. I know right now for a fact that I'm supposed to pay 4,500 shillings, and to move in that house. by the I'll be so happy going to that house because I know for a fact something will definitely change. Na hiyo ni yenye you just can't convince me otherwise. Something will definitely change in my mind, even in my environment, how I think. The same way I was moving from RCCD to Michinda. The moment I just changed the environment, tell me why I became number one. Like, of all occasions, out of all odds, why? Tell me why I can become number one at this point. And I've never become number one. I was just change of environment. I'm so willing to go there because I know my rent will be taken care of. I don't have to worry about that. Although, I surrendered my worries. God take care of my worries. I don't want to worry about my rent, the rent where it's going to come from. I know I have help, but it's not enough. And they are paying 6,000 Kenya shillings per month in this room. For each room in this QR Karen. Yeah, but see, the money is already there. See, it is circulating. I only need to violate it and ask it from the Lord Himself. I surrendered my worries. We're in that house. Funny enough, in that house, I said, God, I know I'm moving into this house in the right time. I surrender I surrender my worries about the rent and where it's going to come from, my needs, everything. Like, yeah, trust the universe, it will deliver. Like, standard. And considering that I have knowledge of how things work, it was good to go. 41 minutes. Yeah, I'll upload it. Oh my goodness, I wish I had a good or even extra storage. I processed this in 720 pixels and I upload it as it is. Join it with the yesterday's and it'll be good. So, yeah, that is what is supposed to. Okay, now see that has been catered for. Now, what is essential? What is the main pillar behind us coming together? Because we are not only coming together, we are coming to sharpen each other. So today is when I met Frank and he tells me of that Excel in it. That's a brilliant idea. I never thought of that. Why don't I tell George to try this thing out? Since for me I have figured out what I can do, Forex. I also can thrive in Excel by the I'm done looking forward to actually getting into this. Leave the marketing, whatever I'm doing right now. Now focus on now Excel for the 3 months. I know for a fact that I won't complete school. That's like iko hivyo tu. Like I can't complete school in this area. So why don't I when I go to this place where he's living now, where George is living, I tell him, you know what, why don't you think of Excel, advanced Excel? And since you are doing data science, like you properly venture on this area, okay? And considering that I'll also be doing it, he'll be motivated to be doing it. Now, that is what unites us. I think now the puzzle is complete. Now, yesterday I asked him if he has an extra mattress in his room. He tells me no, I only have mine. Guess what? I went to his room, found a new mattress there lying. It's standing there on the side. It belongs to another girl. So, wacha kunichocha. Now, I knew for a fact that there's another mattress. So, I don't know why he asked that question, but I knew it has got something to do with be in sync with whatever is happening in your spiritual realm. It will always reveal the answers to you. And when I knocked on his house and I saw a mattress, I was like, wait, hii si ni mattress yako? Na ulikuwa umeniambia una mattress ingine. You are lying. Oh no, it's an understandable lie because the mattress doesn't belong to him. But do you think that it is coincidence that this mattress is here, like at this moment? I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. Why? um I honestly don't think it was a coincidence that this mattress found itself in this your room, and the girl is living in the, what do you call it, in the hostels, school hostel, because it's really not possible. Like, it's really not possible. There was a reason why this mattress is here, and there's a reason why I asked, and I knew that for a fact that you have a mattress. And considering that I'm moving into this house, well, I am good. I am good. I'm in a safe place. And considering that there are synchronicities happening in my life, it wasn't a coincidence. Now this mattress is mine. Okay? And although it's really not mine, but I have my eyes on it, and I'll acquire it, by the way. I told now this friend, so you tell the girl, if you have ask the girl if she can sell this mattress, and yeah, he said that he'll try, but the girl is a bit okay. I'll not sell that one to you. But the fact of the matter remains that that mattress finally will end up to be mine. Will end up to be mine, and it's in a way that she'll be surprised. He'll also be surprised. Me know for a fact that mattress is mine. In the back of my mind, I know this is the mattress tab, because I'm not planning to move out with my mattress. We live, okay, we live with this roommate that we are living in with just one. We only have one mattress and one bed, so we use that. And I don't want, when leaving, I go with everything. Well, this guy sleep. Like, I have to have that empathy. They said that empathy is just natural. It's either you have it or you don't. Okay, I have empathy. I don't want to leave this guy in a messy way. So I tell them, so I know that is happening in my mind. That mattress in his place, that will end up to be mine. Now things will fall into place, and I find myself in that area. Okay, what I'm trying to show the universe is that, yeah, I need a confirmation, and things now will align within their places. The girl will finally sell this mattress. Something will happen, and the girl will need to sell this mattress. Or something will just happen, and I'll own that mattress. I move into the place, start living in the new roommate, in a new environment, in a new setup. That's why I think productivity with meaning, because I don't feel, when I enter this room 6, I feel like, okay, something is, yeah, and it's good to challenge yourself to be living in, upgrade your life. My life is upgrading, and it's preparing me to now finally go to Rebel, to live in this room in Rebel. I don't have doubt about that. It is preparing me for that. But right now, there are essentials that I need to go through right now, or I have to undergo, so that I can be fully prepared and fully be equipped. And at this point, I think, okay, let me not talk about that. Let me refrain from talking about my pregnant part. So yeah, all that. So yeah, I'm supposed to deliver this to George and tell them, okay, look at Excel. Wachana shule. Look at Excel. Excel. And be a master at it. Since you love mathematics at it, it will solve your problem. Data science, and you love mathematics. See, there's a cross. No. There's a junction between the things that you're doing. That's Excel for you. I think you have a talent in that. So, and considering I'll also be doing the same, good, good. I love matrix. I love mathematics in a way only that the general mathematics pushes me off, pisses me actually. With that said, and considering forex calls for you to have an understanding of the data, so you'll also be doing almost the same thing in data science or even data analytics. So yeah. I wanted to talk about whatever I did at 3 in the morning, but I forgot. So yeah, 50 minutes. I really don't have a lot of storage. Let me talk about whatever I did today at 3 tomorrow. Okay? Because I have been postponing this story of Caliph Cairo, a renowned business and entrepreneur in Kenya. Okay? I'm grateful for this day, for I've woken up with a purpose and I've learned something new. So let me conclude this diary by saying that if it can be shaken, it can be moved. Until tomorrow, 51 minutes and 28 seconds. Adios.